Alrighty guys, welcome on back to some more Bravely Default Flying Fairy HD Remaster. Last episode, we saved the fire crystal and then progressed the story a little bit to grab a brand new job. The ninja job here. Probably the final job for our boy Tiz here. It's a very, very powerful job and I'm excited to try it out in this episode. And so, what I'm planning to do this episode is actually go grab our final job for this chapter and then see if we can't move on to chapter 4. But before that, if you guys do like this video and this series, make sure to hit that subscribe button. We're trying to reach 500 subscribers by August, so it'll really help me out and it'll help make sure you don't miss any upcoming videos. So, I did a little bit of equipping off camera. Went ahead and gave Tiz his 2 knives that he specializes in. I was really hoping he was actually going to be a katana user. I truly didn't know. I was hoping for it, though, because I wanted to try it out, but unfortunately, it's still just B, so looks like he is going to be a 2-knife user. The 2 kunais are the best we can do right now, but I did go ahead on Ringabel, I swapped him off of knives. You know, it's still an S rank, but I decided to just give him the diamond staff, just because he's not really attacking at all, and if I opt him, it actually gives him Gale Bow, which means these are significantly worse, and without getting a whole bunch of money to go buy better knives, I don't really feel like investing too much into that. We can also go ahead and give him a shield because we're doing this, so go ahead and give him the blessed shield. And yeah, we're going to keep his job going a little bit longer. I want to hit at least level 10 here so we can get turned toxic. Then we'll probably switch back to the performer and just start leveling up the performer for quite a bit. So, let's talk about the ninja and what the ninja's good at. First, they have their specialty dual wield. When equipping a weapon in each hand, normally only 50% of the weapon's physical attack is applied to the character's physical attack. However, with dual wield, you have 100% damage. So basically, in your offhand, you'd only do 50% of the weapon damage, but now you do 100% of the weapon damage, which is the equivalent of equipping 2 weapons at max power. I mean, that alone is incredibly powerful. And then we'll talk about a couple of these abilities here. You have a I do apologize in advance. You have a Shippu Jinare. Attack at the start of the turn and deal the same damage as a conventional attack. So you will automatically go first. You'll be the first one to attack and you deal normal damage. You have Transience, which evade an attack and counterattack, dealing the same damage as a conventional attack. This is one of the best abilities here. You'll evade and counterattack, dealing normal damage. It's very, very powerful. You get Evade Up. Utsusumi, or Utsusumi. Evade a physical attack 1 time. Again, very, very powerful skill. You have Comeback Kid, Magic Attack, and Physical Attack each rise 25% for 3 turns with each physical attack evaded. So the more you evade, the more damage you put out. Ikekasi, raise the number of attacks by 100% for that turn only. So if you would normally do 4 attacks but doubled 8 attacks because of dual wield, you'll instead do 16 attacks. Incredible. You have Cleave, has a high chance to perform an additional attack after defeating a target with a regular attack. So basically, if you defeat an enemy, you might deal damage to another enemy. You have Evade at 20% up. You have a Shunshin, raise evasion to maximum for 6 turns. Kairai, the target of the enemy's single target attack will be the ally you select. So basically, you can just choose who the enemy attacks. Then at level 11, you get dual wield. This is the minimum you want to get in Ninja. If you don't want to go any further, you don't have to. You need to grab dual wield, and you need to put it on pretty much any character that can dual wield. I plan on late game probably having every single character run the Ninja just to get that dual wield ability, because every single person's better with it, especially our secondary character, Edea there. You also have Kakurimi, lower your chance of being targeted by 5 turns, or by turns, being targeted by enemies to the lowest level possible for 5 turns. And then you have Evade Up and Frenetic Fighting. The limit on the number of attacks rises from 16 to 32. So basically, when you use the ability that lets you increase the amount of times you hit, now it gets increased to 32. Again, very, very powerful skill. The big ones here are dual wield, but also these first couple are very insane. This Transience here, as well as Utsusume, are both incredibly powerful. Same with Ikasasi, or Ikakasi. Again, just very, very strong. And Comeback Kid coupled with like all your evade ups, is just going to make you deal a ton of damage. You're going to be dodging and dealing a ton of damage in return. Ninja's just a very, very powerful class. Not technically the highest hitting damage, but its abilities are incredibly powerful. Combined with abilities from Monk, which give you like the pressure points, the Phoenix Flights. These are two very good classes that just go well together. So that's probably what we'll end up doing, is running Monk and Ninja. But for now, we're just going to run Ninja for a little bit. And with all that out of the way, let's go ahead and make our way towards the next job. First, we'll go ahead and come to our village, see what all we got. Increase our population by 2. We learned some new special moves. I believe that's every special move in the game now. Special move parts, more special move parts, tons of special move parts, as well as a growth egg, a new accessory, and some new compounds. Let's see, armor's max, trader's max. Oh, I still have more. Interesting. I'm just going to go ahead and start doing this at the beginning of one of the episodes, and we'll check in when it's done. So we'll go ahead and grab the special move there. Again, I try to make it around 19. Oh, Melodis Garb. This is the thing that'll change Tiz's outfit. Or not Tiz's outfit, Ringabel's outfit. Ooh, this one's a really good one, the 50% bonus damage. And there's the Edea one at the combat shop. And there we go. That's everything that we can be working on right now. Figured we would just do that and then let it tick over. It'll be like 2 or 3 episodes again because I film in bulk. But once it's done, we'll come back and check it out. So let's go ahead and run to the next job. So make sure this is at 50%. It is because the next job is actually back up at that castle dungeon that we were at a few episodes ago. It's just going to be right up here at the direct north of this place. We'll probably get into one fight on the way. And honestly, I probably should just take in the ship because there's the beach right up there. I'm not going to bail out of it now, unfortunately, because we're about halfway. Let's see what Tiz can do here. He's not using any abilities here, so I'm not expecting too much out of him. Let's see what kind of damage he can put out. Yeah, about 300. That's about what I would expect. Again, it doesn't start off the most insane. You need to get the buffs up. You need to get his abilities. You need to get better knives. Or, honestly, if you want, you could run, like... Let's see. If you have something like the sword ability, the... where is it? S sword or sword lore? Like, you have spear lore right there. Who has sword lore? But if you have, say, sword lore, which is something I might just work on between episodes, then you can dual wield swords and do insane amounts of damage. I would guess if anybody has it, it's probably the knight. And that shield... Oh, yeah, sword lore is level 9, which is why we don't have it yet. But if you do run that, then you can dual wield swords. Same with katana lore. I think once I finally get whoever can wield a katana at S rank, I'll try to grab katana lore and maybe give it to him. It is on the weaker side once... you're just using knives, and that's just due to the fact that knives aren't as powerful as all his other weapons that he's had up to this point. But nothing too terrible. I'm going to go ahead and talk to this guy, because I meant to check the growth egg. I just want to see what that does. I'm pretty sure it's increases your XP. Let me check real quick. Could also pick up... Now, carving knives, neither one of these is as good. That's insane. Yeah, so like he would never use either of these. I mean, maybe for his offhand weapon, but the magic dagger is only going to be good for magic attack, which he is not. Whereas this is insane, this katana. Let's see. Where is it? Ooh, golden egg. Yep, an egg that gives up PG but doubles XP. An egg that gives up XP and JP but doubles PG. So basically, if you're not worried about money, you can grab growth egg. You'll double your XP and JP gain. Again, something you'll probably worry about much, much later in the game when you have insane amounts of money. Or whenever you can just gain JP and BP quick. So, we'll go ahead and enter. We're going to be running through this dungeon one more time, this time picking up everything we missed the first time through. So, the only way we can go is straight ahead. Once you clear the fire temple, this opens up. It would not be open otherwise. You do have to clear the fire temple first. So we'll walk up here. We have a couple things we can grab. Right over here is going to be a Dragon Fang, which is a very, very powerful compound, as well as a Bacchus's Wind, and a Ice Charm here, not a Water Charm. and another locked chest. We are getting very close to being able to open these locked chests, and let me tell you, some of these weapons that I'm seeing that are in these locked chests are incredibly powerful. Okay, so no... Actually, what I'll do, because I remember my strategy for these guys. Let's default, and then use love power twice, and default with Edea. It's not a spear user, so they're not going to counterattack. We're doing this just to be safe. Let's see. Ninjutsu. This is just attack at the start of turn. I'm not going to waste XP on that. To go ahead and try to drop him here. See how much he's doing. 610. 1100 on a crit's not bad at all. Again, his biggest thing is he's going to be evading a lot of attacks and doing a ton of damage that way. We get healing lore for Ringabel's Salve Maker. Go ahead and go up this side. This is where the dungeon starts to get a little more confusing. So right over here to the left, you can actually go down right here and pick up this chest for a safety ring. At the opposite side, over here on the far right, will be another item for us. And of course, we have some of these guys. Okay, we know the strategy. Let's just go ahead. Honestly, I might even go a little bit bigger here, do 2 love powers, and then a got your back. Just to make sure we finish this off, and I probably should have got lightning on Edea, but I'm not too terribly concerned about it. Okay, Tiz. Let's go ahead, try to deal with the axe fighters, I think. And then try to have Edea deal with the spikemen. He's almost always going to go first, too, because of how fast he is. Ooh, that's bad I didn't get a kill there. Yeah, that's not great. I mean, good thing her physical defense is raised. We didn't get a single kill there. Wow. Okay, we got 1. Yeah, I mean, they're so weak. It's crazy. Let's go ahead and Aurora twice and see how much damage we do here. Aurora, and a second one should kill. Yes, it does. Being good bit of XP and JP here. We learned to evade 10% up supportability. Not bad. We'll go ahead and throw that on him because there's no reason not to. I don't think he has a ton of things I wanted anyways. Yeah, this paralysis immunity I'm not too worried about. Ooh. I also should grab Transient, so I should just throw that on right now. Let's get rid of magical defense because I don't think I can dodge magic attacks anyways. And then right over here will be a X potion for us. Then we have a couple different ways we can go. We can go right or left. I'm actually going to start left because the left will end up leading us to a dead end. So you're just going to follow this path all the way down to another staircase. Getting one more fight along the way. Okay, Ringabel, you're running out of MP quick. Which is weird. Like, I don't know why we're having such a big MP problem with him recently. Thundara here. Maybe it's because we're still our job is still the... Oh, that confusion's bad. Oh, 2 confusions. Uh-oh. There we go, broke out of that one. I was saying maybe it's because he's still a salve maker, technically. That might be why his damage is so tough right now. Or his MP's having a problem. Let's go ahead. It sucks because I don't want to have to get rid of her fire, but I think I'm just going to have to Asuna here. Oh, come on. Oh, well, she escaped for me. Okay. I mean, I guess that's fine. Not like I burnt a whole bunch of MP there. Oh, wait. I did. This will lead to this chest with a courage ring inside. And now we're just going to run all the way back to that split we just had. Again, I'm keeping this on 50%. Technically, the enemies here are powerful. Ooh, a fire Dagon. Go ahead and examine that. I should just have to do 1 love power here. I'm not too worried about it. I'm not going to use a sword because I don't know what he's... I'm assuming water. Yeah. I should just gone with my gut. Okay. Any new ninjutsus? Nope, still the same. So let's have him focus on the black blade. And then Edea, I'm actually going to have you open with a Blazara on your sword, like I should have done. As a good crit. 2 crits. Massive. I wish he could raise his crit chance. I think it's already naturally high, though. We will go ahead and throw a Cura at everyone and hope for the best there. As for Edea, let's just go ahead and try to finish this guy off. I don't know if this will be enough, but it's going to do a good amount. Oh, well, there goes Tiz. Classic Tiz. Not getting the 455 XP from this. He just cannot stay alive, man. He cannot stay alive. I just need to start finding, I think, honestly, better armor at this point. I think they're all suffering from a lack of good armor. And it's not like... I have the Star Corselet on him because he has a high evade. Oh, I'm sorry. Why don't I have Mirage Vest on him? Now he has a 68 evasion chance. That's insane. Is there anything here? Could I give him more? I doubt it. Oh, I can raise his agility. And what is it? Agility impact again? Attack evasion. I'm going to do it. It's going to decrease his defense, but it's going to increase his agility. I think I just need to lean into it. I think I need to lean into his ninja, like, abilities here. And just go full send. Go here to the right. And if we follow this path, we will find another kunai. We have 3 now. There's no reason for me to have it on anybody else. Unfortunate, but don't really need to be using it. We can go up this staircase.
I didn't sign up for this. It wasn't supposed to turn out this way. We staged an uprising because you said we could win. 4 years later, what have we got to show for it? It was a harebrained scheme from the start. You lot were behind this, so you can clean up the mess. I'm getting out of here until the coast is clear to return.
You'd leave your compatriots behind.
Well, look, it can't be helped, can it? The sword bearers need their commander alive so we can make a comeback.
It can't be helped, you say? Yes, you may be right.
I'll have to use your airship, of course. Well, good luck.
We'll just head over here to the right for this one staircase going down. And this will probably be our last fight we have to do before we get to the boss there. Let's go ahead and just do double love power. Again, should have Thundara'd there. I'm just so used to defaulting turn 1. They are hitting me with a lot of shell splits. I would love if Tiz did his job. Go ahead and just cast Thundara. $1,200 damage is still pretty solid from him on a single attack. Go ahead and throw a Cura at everyone. And let's see if Edea can clean up any of this mess. I'm sure we'll have a couple attacks that we'll have to wait for. Well, I don't know. If she lands those attacks, we'll be fine. Wow. It's crazy how her and Tiz swap so often with who's the best. Throw a Cura at everyone. And Tiz should be able to clean this up right here. There we go, 68 JP. Not enough for a level up, though, unfortunately. Throw a heal at all of them, just in case we run into one more fight before the end here. We're going to come down these stairs and pick up this single chest with a Turbo Ether. And then we're going to head right back up the stairs and go north from here. There'll be one more chest for us to pick up before we encounter the boss here. Right here is a power bracers and the adventurer. Let's see what this guy's got. Hey man, you got any armor I could use here? I don't think so. Nope. In fact, everything's worse except for this high key armor. That's crazy. Like, we really can't get much better. And yet somehow this happens. I will say this before we get into this fight. The upcoming boss has a really good katana you can steal. So I'm actually going to try something incredibly stupid here. Let's go ahead and rest. Because even if I don't use this katana, which I want to use katanas eventually, I can at least sell it, if nothing else. Let me go ahead and save. And again, I'm trying something definitely not smart. Let's go to abilities. Let's go to Agnès. I'm going to give her steal. Oh, so bad. It's such a bad decision. I'm also going to give her... Where is it? The thief gloves. Improving my chance to steal. I'm only doing this because Agnès really isn't using time magic right now. She's just fully stuck on healing 90% of these fights. Which, well, here we go. Great time for this. Which won't be the case forever. I'm going to have to, we have to rest again, huh? Because I need to love power twice, and I need to sword magic Blizzara. It won't be the case forever, because I am going to have to get to the point where I'm going to have to be buffing myself whenever we're doing attacks against, like, some bosses. But for now, it's kind of just heal pretty much every turn. Especially when this happens, you know, when I'm getting hit for 323 damage on a single turn while defaulting. I guess they attacked the people that weren't defaulting, but... And she's not even going first, which is kind of... It's becoming a big problem lately because that happens. Good transience. Because now I just have to basically spend a whole turn raising Edea and then curing her. Which, again, becoming a big problem. Because she wasted 2 turns and basically couldn't do anything. Edea, please finish this off. She has a fire axe. Yep. Yep, I mean, I realized it as soon as I hit it. Okay. Let's hope for crits here. This is going to be a long fight. Good crits. 1,400 damage? Why? Oh my gosh, Tiz. I mean, you guys, you can't make this up. You're seeing what I'm seeing. The amount of cures I've had in a regular fight against dragons. I haven't said this before. Bravely Default games are one of the grindiest games I've personally ever played. It basically needs you to grind up your job levels in order to stay above the curve. But the problem is, like, job levels don't affect your... It only affects your abilities. So unless I'm just bad at this game... oh my god, I totally... You're seeing my reaction in real life, guys. That's insane. And, like, we're not gonna lose this fight. But man, is it annoying. And I did that to myself. I guarantee you kill one more person before this is over, too. Trust me, I'm watching it this time. Man. What a fight. 'Tis learned Utsumi. And now I have to heal and save again. Okay, let's go ahead and save the game. And head up the stairs.
I'll admit this was a reckless plan from the outset. A great battle against a powerful nation, outnumbered 100 to 1. Such a thrilling opportunity. But I was not able to keep my subordinates in check, leading to the scourge of the toxic mist and the death of the fire vestal. The toxic mist decimated the main forces of the shield bearers, but the Black Blades did not escape unscathed. The death of the fire vestal caused Mount Karka to erupt, sealing the way into the temple. And then, you arrived.
You introduced me to the way of the Swordmaster. You taught me many things. About values, standards, and good and evil. It's fair to say you had a great influence on me. My father was always concerned about his work and his ideals. He found little time to spend with me. Tell me, Master, were the things you told me about righteousness, strength, and bravery all lies? That we should help the helpless and face strong foes without flinching? I cannot fathom why you have lit the fires of war in this realm, causing strife to so many innocents. I still find it hard to believe. This is not the man I know. He would never do this!
You let sentiment cloud your mind, Edea. You are still as earnest as you were when you were a youth. You never waver in your disgust for recreant behavior. You condemn all that runs counter to your beliefs without fail. In a way, you remind me of your father.
What? You see him in me?
Yes, very much so. But you are still a child, unsullied by the world. There are no certainties in life. Righteousness and truth have a different meaning to each and every one of us. If you try to see the world as merely black or white, you'll lose sight of its true nature.
Many are quick to treat us as children. But they simply use that as an excuse for their own corruption.
The warrior's pride is not always compatible with the responsibilities of a commander, Edea. If I could act as I see fit, everything would be easy. But that is not the case. The same goes for your father. And someday, for the wind vestal you accompany.
Oh. Don't compare her to you or my father. Agnès acts for the good of the world.
She fights to carry out her mission, no? Blood and tears are shed in its name. It is no different for your father, Omi.
Mission? No different? You and your soldiers plunged the world into turmoil. You started a war and took the lives of so many. How can you say Agnès is like you?
If you cannot see beyond the surface, then perhaps you will never understand. Do not be so blind. You must not lose sight of what is most important. I thought I had taught you that.
Enough sophistry. It is underhanded. That does it! I shall go to help Agnès awaken the Earth Crystal.
If that is your decision, I hope you are prepared to live with it.
I am. I'm ready to fight any who get in our way. Even you or my father.
Very well, then. I see you have made up your mind.
And so, welcome to another gimmick fight. This is going to be a very, very interesting fight. We're going to see how this works. There's a couple different strategies we can use here. Let's just start with defaulting with everybody to build up. We're actually going to see what he uses here. Just a normal attack, not too bad. But you can see even with a default, he did like almost 1,000 damage to us, which is kind of unbelievable. We'll go ahead and examine. We will just start curating right off the bat, I guess, and then have everyone else default. Know thine enemy. Has 6,000 HP, weak to none. Okay, let's go ahead and just default again. We got that free heal. Oh, good miss. We're going to transient, so that's perfect. We're going to go ahead and default one more time, but now we're going to start setting up. So, what we need to do here is we need to do physical attack and physical defense. We need to hit them with both here. Edea, let's go ahead and have you... Actually, I think I'm going to go ahead and default with her one more time here, and there's a reason for it. Nothing ventured. So, what you saw there, when it says nothing ventured, he is now in a stance where he is going to counter your physical attacks. It is a 100% counter rate, and it will be your physical attacks. So, we're actually going to default, 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 and Edea, we're going to hope for the best, because I need to lower his physical defense, so we're just going to shell split here. Nothing ventured, again, countering physical attacks. Yeah. Yeah. It's not an easy fight by any means. Let's go ahead and do an Uzusumu. Yeah, that attack. Then regular attacks here. And Agnès just has to use Raise on Edea. And it sucks because her entire thing's gone. But if I remember correctly, he actually chooses to do that at the start of his turn. Uzutsumi. So he didn't choose to do it this turn. So that's why these attacks are able to go off. But he is going to attack us a lot here. Okay, good miss. We get our counter off. Transients, 2,000. You can see this is basically the best class you could have brought for this fight, which is one of the reasons I got the ninja first. Because if he attacks Tiz, there's a good chance that Tiz just evades the attack. Let's go ahead and default again. Unfortunately, default again. And what I'll do here is actually I will rebuff everybody. So do another love power, love power. Got your back, got your back. And then Edea can default. I should have done that there because I didn't realize he was BP drained actually. My physical defense doesn't matter normally, but whenever he does a regular attack is when it matters. Okay, Tiz default, Agnès default, Edea. Let's go ahead. Your physical defense is still down. Let's go ahead and start with a... I would have loved to get a Maelstrom off, but we'll just Grand Strike here.
Good luck.
You can't counter special attacks, so this is basically a guaranteed hit here. 3,000 damage right off the bat. Tiz default. Everybody default, but again, Edea, we just kind of have to hope here that he doesn't use his ability, so we'll go ahead and shell split, followed by normal attacks. Before Swine. So before Swine, we'll know right now. Yes, so before Swine actually counters magical attacks. He can counter both magical and physical attacks. Again, just depends on what you roll into there. We'll go for normal attacks with Swin there. We'll throw a Cura at everybody. Ringabel can go ahead and default. And Edea, let's go ahead and have you default as well. You never want all of them to go out all out at the same time because they can kill 2 party members instead of 1 here. Because all he has to do is do not before Swine. He does the other one and Tiz would have been dead right here. But Tiz is going to get a lot of damage off. He's about 1,200 every attack there, so really, really solid. Now, I'm actually going to reapply Uzutsume because I think it's gone. I think it went away a while back. We'll go ahead and reapply that. Our physical defense is still raised, which is good. We'll just default with everybody right now, though. Yeah, I'll just go ahead and default. Know thine enemy. Good, he would have countered physical attacks, but we're just assuming. Default, default. I will go ahead and raise our attack by 1. Probably should raise defense too, but we'll just go ahead and default anyways. Nothing ventured. Okay. I mean, we got to take our risks. So, Edea, let's see what we can do here. Go for a shell split, followed by normal attacks, and hope for the best. He went for an attack. That's a guaranteed miss on Tiz, which is a transience attack for 2,600 damage. And the physical defense drops. Very, very good. You can see why the ninja is... This is a good representation of why I like the ninja and why I think it's one of the best classes. That you just straight up dodge attacks. I'm actually going to go ahead and reapply Uzutsume. And if you've noticed, you don't... It doesn't cost mana to use this. You just do it. Which is really solid. And there's another one. He did it again. Another transience. It kind of sucks because I'm just going to keep Utsusuming and can't build up my default gauge. But honestly, it's not a terrible decision. Before Swine. You can see when it is active by just going to their profile there. We'll go ahead and throw another love power at all my allies. I'd like to beat this before I run out of mana. Because I don't want to use an item here if I don't have to. Or love power at everybody. And then Tiz will have you wait. Because Edea will be able to... At the very least, she'll get shell split off even if she does die. Which is always a plus. I should be doing double damages here. Because it either hits or it doesn't. There's no reason not to do it all. No, goodbye. Goodbye, Edea. What can you do? Actually, nothing. Tiz, you will not get the kill here, so we'll go ahead and have you go for normal attacks. On yes. Chu with a raise, followed by a Cura. Oh, he's doing BP. That's good. Huge, huge. Okay, went for Agnès. That's fine. Went for Tiz. Bad for you, buddy. That's a transience. Ooh, went for Tiz again, though. There's a cure at everyone. You can see this is very much a gimmick fight, and there honestly is no reason for you to lose this fight, like, whatsoever. In fact, if you want to, right now, you could actually burn through everything because he's BP drained as well, which I think I will do. Let's go ahead and through an Uzutsume just in case here. We can default with everyone else. Ringabel, you should probably just do another love power. And Edea... I don't want that physical defense to run out, so let's just double damage, double damage, double damage, and a normal attack. Yes. And if Ringabel goes first, Ringabel goes first. Nah, he doesn't. That's unfortunate. We're still gonna get all of our double damages off, though. Which is gonna be about 8,000 damage to this guy. 7,000 damage, because didn't get to do 2 of them. 1,300 JP. Not bad at all. Let's go ahead and throw a Cura on everyone. Then a default with Ringabel. He will probably go for a normal attack here. He's either going to go for normal attack or he's going to try to counter magic since I do still technically have 2 mages standing. But I'm going to guess normal attack. Yeah. He's going to BP drain himself again. That's a miss. Sorry, buddy. Ooh. Crit, but Angelic Ward did proc. Let's go ahead and throw another Cura at everyone. Ringabel. I mean, let's just love power again, man. This will be your final one, but I think it'll be worth it. Let's go ahead and throw a shell split, followed by normal attacks. And then on Tiz's next turn, we might be able to get the kill here. 1500, 1600, 13, 9. It's gonna be close. We might have to go one more turn of defaulting. But 5,000 is pretty solid. If Tiz gets a counter here, we'll be in a really good spot. Uzutsume, followed by normal attacks. Again, Ringabel also could do something here like a compound, but I think we're just going to default here. Ooh, good crit. That is exactly what we need. Another crit. Can I get more crits, please? We're going to cut it real close. 666 HP. Okay. I'm a little concerned here, actually. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to throw a guaranteed damage. Let's just hit him with a Earth Drum. Please go first. Oh, well, that'll do it. Transience for the win. 3,000 XP and 360 JP. That's a level up for our ninja. Comeback Kid support ability. Pirate is almost level 10. That's wild. I did not expect to have it be using it this long. You got the Swordmaster asterisk. The Swordmaster anticipates enemy movements to unleash powerful counterattacks. It reduces damage and hits foes back and favors katanas. Their specialty is counter with their job command, Bushido. Their stat affinities are pretty solid all around. B in HP, Strength, Vitality, Dex, and Agility. So very much more of a tanking character that's not going to really put out too much damage. And their arms aptitude is the S in katanas, B in daggers, and B in swords with an A in all the armors.
Well fought. I underestimated your conviction. Will you hear your master out one last time, Edea?
Of course.
Take the time to speak with your father properly. If you do not, I see nothing but tragedy for you both. End this petty dissent between father and child.
Master.
You two were always so difficult.
Master!
And so, we have a brand new job. The Swordmaster job. Let's just quickly go check it out on Edea. As I've been saying, this has the katana lore. I'm so I didn't use the steel. Haha. I just realized that. It is a really, really strong katana, too. I didn't use steel. Let me see. Did I get it as a drop by any chance? I did not. But we'll just quickly go over this job. Edea has, or the Swordmaster has, a couple things. So the specialty is counter. So the way counter works is you have a 60% chance to counterattack when taking a single target physical attack and deal the same damage as a conventional attack. So basically a 60% chance to counter. You have a couple abilities here. Nothing ventured. Have the damage you sustain if hit by a physical attack, and counterattack with double the damage of conventional attack. So basically exactly what he did. If you get hit by a physical, you double the damage back at them. Abate Earth, reduce damage taken by Earth. Katana lore, which honestly I will probably give to Tiz. Probably get him up to level 3 at least, just so I can run dual katanas. Very, very fun. Squeaky Wheel, reduce the target's BP by 1. While the Iron's Hot has a 25% chance to follow up with an additional attack when making conventional attack. Counter, this is just your counter specialty. Confuse immunity, immunity to confuse. And then right here's a few more. Before Swine, the same thing, but you counterattack on a magical attack. Counter Amp raises the damage dealt by counterattacks to 1.5 times normal. This is really good for the ninja. Again, another thing that you might get later in the game, just to make it so that way your ninja counterattacks for 1.5 times damage instead. Know thine enemy counterattack with 4 times the damage of a conventional attack. You have redoubled effort. The higher your BP, the more the power of your physical attacks arises. The worm turns counterattack with 7.5 times the damage when your HP is below 20%. And slow and steady. Raise speed to maximum for 2 turns when using default. So, if you figured anything else, or if anything out about this class, this is very, very counter dependent. In fact, you basically just always want to be countering, which means you have to be running. You have to basically guess what the enemy is going to use. And unfortunately, for things that are not bosses, this is not a good job, because you only counterattack once, which means if you're fighting multiple enemies, and you can only counterattack one of the 4 attacks you're going to get hit by, maybe, you can end up taking a ton of damage. This is generally not considered a good class. However, the Katana Lore, the Counter, Amp are both 2 really solid job abilities that you can grab. So, I think it's worth at least trying out. So, let's go ahead and head back down. I want to rest up here, but also, I'm going to try. For the first time, I'm making a second data save here. I'm going to try to go back. I'm going to try to steal that katana. So I'm going to run back through that boss one more time. And I will see you guys either right back here or when we get the katana. Okay, so I lied to you all. I'm so sorry. I was on 4x speed in that fight and totally missed when the message popped up. But we did get the new katana. It's right down here. I believe it's the Kotetsu. This is as powerful as the kunai, however, because it's a katana, if I'm in S rank with it, I'm going to be dealing even more damage. So, I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to, no, I was like, I might just, run through this dungeon normally, but there's no reason to run through this dungeon. I'm going to swap him to Swordmaster, specifically so I can get the katana there. Let's go ahead and optimum, Kotetsu, cool, this works for me, at least for now. So we'll go ahead and rest up, and then I'm going to progress with the main story just a little bit. We'll go ahead and rest first. Because there's a couple places I want to visit. I at least want to get us set up to be able to finish up Chapter 3 in the next episode. I wasn't expecting not only for this little dungeon here to take so long, but also I didn't realize how much there actually is left. The thing I read was that there's only 1 dungeon left, and it's short, but didn't know how long it takes to actually get to that dungeon, so we'll go ahead and exit. We actually want to make our way back to our boat, which is one of those reasons I should have just driven the boat over here. But I'm fine with getting into a couple fights just so we can start leveling up our Swordmaster here. Again, I do not plan on using the Swordmaster at all. It's really good for counters. I think it's a really cool concept. It's not something you see very often where you actually want to be hit to counterattack for more damage. But it's just, in this game, it's just not that usable, unfortunately. Now, you can do insane amounts of damage whenever if you line it up right and you have a boss that is going to hit you with a physical attack because they only deal physical damage, and you line it up so that way Ringabel here can buff you, and you just do an insane amount of counterattack damage. But there's just so much, like, rep and a lot of luck that comes into it that I just don't really want to mess with. And most lists that you would find online say the same thing, that it's just not for the best. It's not the best class, and you just get it so late in the game. Also, if you get hit by a magic attack, unless you use that magic counter, you're basically just going to be hit for a ton of damage. I think if you use all these with, like, the Knight job, I think that could go really good. Like, you have all the abilities from the Swordsmaster, but you put it on the Knight because the Knight has such good defense. I think that's a really good option. But I think unless you're doing something crazy like that, I just don't think it's worth it. What are these guys weak to? Lightning. Let's go ahead and just play the smart. Throw a Thundara on her. We'll be here forever if we don't do this. Good counterattack though. We can go ahead and we'll keep 4x on for now. I did 4x to breeze through that fight with the Swordsmaster, which is why Kotetsu Stolen flashed up on my screen for about half a second. And I was like, oh well, can't show that. But I spent the whole first part of combat defaulting with everybody and then stealing over and over and over again until I got it. I would like to see if I get Swordmaster now, but I guess we can just go ahead and walk inside. We'll progress right up to the start of the next dungeon.
I haven't seen you lot in a while. I heard about your exploits, though. Zat's told me all about it. He and his mates stop by for a drink when they're around. Stop by later, okay? I'll give you a special treat.
A special treat, you say? I'd love a special treat.
Ah, there you are. I can't give you any liquor, but you can help yourself to anything else on the menu.
Are you sure? That's very generous of you.
Make yourselves at home. I've taken a shine to you all.
I'll have the braised shanks and spicy seafood steak.
Fluffy cheese omelet, please. Oh, and a palatial parfait deluxe.
Sautéed wild pheasant and the slow-cooked country-style stew.
Sweet herb and nut porridge, and some jam-slathered toast.
Sure thing. Hang on a second.
What was that?
We've been having that a lot lately. Grand ship might be finally coming apart.
Yikes! Oh, that was a big shake.
How long ago was Grand Ship built?
They say it's been 3,000 or 4,000 years. Basically a long time ago.
Wow. It's that old?
All right, it's all ready. Help yourself to seconds, of course. Here you go.
Let's eat! That was a feast and a half.
Is that all you're having, Agnès? You eat like a sparrow. I lived by modest means at the temple, and I still get full very easily.
Say, proprietress, do you have any plans tonight? Shall we take a stroll on the deck and listen to the waves?
What's this guy on about?
There we go again. That sound gives me the shivers.
We're all used to it here. The whole town floats on the sea, after all. It's nothing out of the ordinary for it to creak and sway a bit.
I'm stuffed. I couldn't eat another bite.
You ate too much, Tiz. I can't believe you put all that away. Do men always eat such volume?
Well, I guess so. I haven't pigged out that much in a while, though.
I see. Quite an appetite.
Oh, good of you to stop by.
Hi there.
Greetings! Ah, the Wind Vestal!
Rare to see you both here together. The usual dads?
No, I'm good today. I'm glad we ran into you guys here.
Huh?
You'd best flee the ship soon.
Flee? The whole place moved!
Edea! Agnès! Proprietress! Hold on to me as tight as you can. I'll support you.
I'm good, thanks.
Then you, Eri.
I can fly, fool! The ground shaking does nothing to me.
No need to be shy, girls.
You don't ask Tiz?
This place is sinking, and it's going down quick.
They're in a panic up on deck.
And so we need to go save the ship. Go ahead and check in on them. See what's going on. I believe it should just be right up here. And finally, we can go to this north section.
What is happening?
Say, didn't Ringabel's journal say something about an engine room?
Maybe this is it here? But it won't open.
I'll check the journal again. Nothing's changed.
There must be a clue around here somewhere. Let's all look.
What's this?
Found something?
What language is it written in? I can't read a word.
Same here. It's all gibberish to me.
Can you read it, Agnès?
Wait, this is the ancient language of the Crystal Adventists. I can only make out a few words.
Oh, wow! I'm impressed.
Engine room door. Heart of the ship. Requires orichalcum. Ship will rise.
Engine room door.
It must mean this door.
I remembered something.
Huh?
Eggle, that orichalcum he picked up.
Yes, Eagle has our orichalcum to get in here. But there's a couple things we can grab while we're here. Exusis Wrath right there. And then right up here, where was it? A Turbo Ether. That's all the items here in Grand Ship. I had mentioned that we'd be coming here at the very beginning of this chapter, and we finally did. So there's only a few more things for us to do before we wind things down. I won't talk to Eagle this episode just because I think once we talk to Eagle, we'll be able to just blitz through the ending of this chapter and move on to chapter 4, but I do want to go ahead and exit Grand Ship here. And let's go ahead and crank this up to 400. As we slowly make our way north up to where Eagle's staying. Is that a new enemy? No, just a Helldiver. Let's go ahead and try to drop all these guys. We're trying to get that additional JP we need so that way we can switch him off Swordmaster, because I'd love to get him in his final state before we end things off here. Ringabel should be able to finish this off with his staff. There we go. 30 more JP, which means only one more of those fights. Go ahead and just keep sailing around. I'm going to go right back into this place here in a second. Of course, the one enemy that didn't really want to fight here, which is the Death Pirate. Just because I don't want to have to use healing magic. We'll see if I can drop him without using healing magic. Oh, hit me with a double damage, huh? I mean, I'll throw one his way. It doesn't really matter. We'll see if Ringabel can drop him beforehand, though. Oh, well, doesn't matter if she goes first. That is it, 30 more JP. So his Swordmaster hits level 30, and he gets Katana lore. Let's go ahead and, before I forget, change this off of 400 back to 50. And let's go ahead and check out our abilities. We'll go ahead and switch Tiz back to the Ninja. because I have no interest in running that anymore. We'll go to abilities, and we will throw on... Where is it? Honestly, probably take physical defense up off. What is Comeback Kid? Oh, yeah, I forgot. I mean, honestly, I'm about to just go all out here and throw on Katana Lore. And let's see what I can do now. Let's go to Equip, Tiz, Optimum. Now I have in S Kotetsu and Nadachi. If I compare this to the kunai, you can see my evade would go up with the kunai, but my overall damage would go down. I think it's unfortunate I don't have insane evade right now, but I still think it's worth it. Yeah, you can see with the kunai it would be through the roof here. But I'm also going to go ahead and go back in here. And I want to check out the Adventurer. Now, it's totally possible I eventually go back to daggers just if I see the evasion not working. But this doesn't really hurt anything to try this out. And I want to see by equipment. I'm curious. Yeah. Mutsu no Kami. 236 additional. Now, I'm nowhere near being able to get that. In fact, what I need to do before I even get that is I need to pick up both the golden egg and the growth egg, so that way I can get more peg with this, which then allows me to get more JP and XP. And I know, like, this is technically cheaper, a lot cheaper, but unless I'm just struggling, from what I've seen, the easiest way to grind egg is actually in Chapter 5. That's the best grinding spot, period, is once you hit Chapter 5. Nothing else even compares until then, so I don't really have a reason to do it at the moment, so go ahead and do a quick save. And with that, guys, I think this is a good place to wind things down. In the next episode, we'll go all the way back to Eagle once again. This kid is so important to the story all of a sudden. We'll grab his Orichalcum and then come here to the final dungeon of Chapter 3. That way we can move on to Chapter 4. I will see you guys then.